I realize Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love.
Why am I crying over the Republican National Convention? Like, Amber Rose did a beautiful job. Oh, she did a beautiful job. I'm so proud of her.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, get you one of these shirts. We got a brand new shirt that's coming out that says fight, fight, fight. A young guy from Australia designed the shirt, and I said, I got to have it. So I purchased the image from him, and we are going to use that shirt. So this is available, and that fight, fight shirt is my favorite. I cannot wait to get my rendition. They're going to bring it to me now, and I'm going to wear the living daylights out of that shirt. Like and subscribe to the channel. The discount will pop up here. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, Amber Rose. A lot of controversy going on with Amber Rose. Me and Bryson Gray was just on a live stream talking about Amber Rose. People have a problem. Some people have a problem with Amber Rose being at the Republican National Convention. Let me just put this in perspective. There is a difference between Republican, conservative, and Christian. And I think a lot of people conflate all three of those together as like the trinity of politics. That's not the way it goes. If you say you're a Christian, you need to be abiding by Christian values in Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and that is that's a closed unit. If you're a conservative, that means you espouse conservative values. If you're a Republican, that means you're voting for Republicans. That's what being a Republican is. You can be a liberal and still vote Republican and associate yourself with the Republican Party. You can be gay, lesbian, trans, gender identifying queer, or whatever they call themselves today, and still vote for Republicans and be a Republican. You can't do all that and be a conservative, because those are not conservative values, and you cannot be those things and be Christian. People have a problem with what she said or how she represented at the National Committee. I think her speech was actually really good. I'm going to play a little bit of her speech so you can hear it. I don't want to play 7 minutes of it. And then I want to show how the media and everybody is losing their mind over this. When I think that Amber Rose is a net positive, even if she don't got it all figured out yet, even if she ain't a staunch Christian yet, I think that the value that she brings is that the everyday person, somebody that don't typically is a white male, somebody that's in the industry, somebody that got a lot to lose, come out and say, man, you know what? I'm voting for Trump. It's very inspiring to people that have a broad brain that wasn't a conservative their whole life. Let me play a little bit of her speech, and then we'll go from there. Roll the clip.
My name is Amber Rose. I'm a model and entrepreneur. Thank you.
She do got a big old tattoo on her forehead. But hey, man, we all can change.
But most importantly, I'm a mother. My whole world revolves around providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life. That's something that unites all American parents, whether we're Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, or liberals. We all want a better country for our children.
I agree. Donald Trump agrees.
But I'm here tonight to tell you, no matter your political background, that the best chance we have to give our babies a better life is to elect Donald Trump President of the United States. Now, you may be wondering why I'm up here telling you this. I'm no politician, and I don't want to be. But I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
I know this because for a long time I believed those lies. So I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse. And I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters.
Where's the problem so far?
I realize Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love. And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong.
Now she go on and say a lot of stuff. I don't want to play the whole speech because this will be 7 minutes. That'd be a 45-minute video. If I did that, I'll attach the speech below. You can go watch the rest of it. She goes on to espouse things that we all agree on about the economy, about Donald Trump changing America. She told the story of, you know, her father, and she gave her father a shout out. And what's wrong with this? When you see a woman with a tattoo on her forehead that was, I mean, she was Hak Tui before Hak Tui was Hak Tui. All right. I don't know that, but she definitely got some seductive stuff that she's been doing in her past, industry stuff. Somebody said she had OnlyFans. I don't know. I'm going to ask her about it because we follow each other. And I just think that a beautiful woman like this, now you're conservative, whatever, it's no reason to have an OnlyFans because I think it just damages your reputation. And I think God wants more for her than that. I don't know if she have OnlyFans. I tried to look on her page because somebody said she had OnlyFans. I want to verify before I accuse her of it. But I didn't see it on there. And normally people want to put their OnlyFans on their social media account. But I may ask her about it because we have messaged back and forth a few times. And I do think she's a good person. So people are mad at the things that she has done in her past. But I think that there's room for people to grow and change. And the tent is big enough for people like Amber Rose to say, you know what? I may not be exactly like every single person in the room. I may still be in the industry and doing certain things. But I do know that Donald Trump is best for this country. And there's a whole lot of people that can't identify with white people wearing MAGA hats. But then they look at her and say, I used to like her. I thought she was down with the people. How's she talking about Trump? And they're going to do exactly what she did when her dad said they're going to go look it up. Why is Amber Rose, how they going to, I thought they hated black people. How they going to have this woman up here doing this? And she was catwalking and doing a slut walking and all this other stuff that she was doing before. Pro-choice and all this. How they let her up there? They start thinking, they start realizing. Every single person that speaks at the RNC doesn't represent every single Republican. I think Harmeet Dillon did some prayers. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I never participated in none of that false God worship stuff. That's what it appeared. I don't really know what that's all about. My wife was telling me it's chic or something like that. I don't know nothing about chic. I only know Jesus. All right, let me play another clip of a woman who was touched by what Amber Rose said in her speech.
6 jobs for 3 people just to survive in Biden's economy.
Why am I crying over the Republican National Convention? Like, what the frick is going on?
It's upsetting. It's upsetting to see
this world that we're living in right now.
To help immigrants
Hold on, let me pause this.
illegally while
Woo, this world that we're living in right now feels like upside down land. I've been a Democrat for nearly 50 years. Why am I crying over the Republican National Convention? Like, Amber Rose did a beautiful job. Oh, she did a beautiful job. I'm so proud of her. And then all the diversity and just, I think I'm crying because it's cognitive dissonance. It's cognitive dissonance. Like, what is going on? I've been told my whole life Republicans are just all, white and racist men and all of this. I don't think I've probably ever watched a Republican National Convention. Let's start there.
Now, y'all seen this clip earlier, so I'm not going to go through the whole clip. But, listen, people. This is what I just wish that people like Matt Walsh, these out of touch people, would wake up and realize that there's a whole bunch of black people that are waking up and they're not going to listen to you. Especially when you talking about Amber Rose, like Amber Rose is the devil because she had a past. They ain't listening to you. They ain't listening to some stale, corny white dude that have these strong opinions about such stuff. People ain't listening to you. But somebody like Amber Rose, they can identify with the story, and then they see people like that, and they're like, well, what? I thought Republicans was just racist white people. They got Amber Rose up there. They got people. It's changing. Things are happening. Different people are speaking. I see Latino people. I see people white. I see black people, white people. The Republican Party may not be what I thought it was. This is why people go and speak. All right, then the media loses their salvation. Listen to this. I almost called a beat. Lord, help me. I want to be right. Roll the clip.
The Republican came out immediately and blamed the incident on DEI and said that the fact that there were women and black people in the Secret Service.
They didn't say black people. They did not say black people. You dirty woman. I almost called her another word. Lord help me. Y'all pray for me. These people are crazy. You dirty woman. They didn't say black people. You gonna add black people. They said women. You can't find, I did a video the other day, got 500,000 views. You can't find me a protection detail of anybody of any stature with women in it. Then why women protecting the president?
Is the reason this happened. That is a member of Congress who went out on the TV and said to the world that DEI was the cause of an assassination attempt. This is where...
No, the failure that allowed to Daniel have a successful assassination attempt.
The Republican Party is. So it's ironic that they were able to recruit this young woman who, she's a racially ambiguous. I don't want to say she's black because she has said she's not. So I don't want to say this black woman.
Now, if you're a Republican and you mixed, you ain't black. That's what she's saying. It's racially ambiguous. What? Barack Obama is racially ambiguous. Who you want to go down a list, bruh? What are you talking about? Sonny Holston is racially ambiguous. Kamala Harris is racially ambiguous. Kamala Harris is an Indian. One year she's the first Indian senator. Next year she's the first black vice president. She's racially ambiguous. Now they say the girl ain't black.
This woman who is of whatever race that she has claimed, she said she's not black, but they've brought somebody whose whole career is based in black culture. She used to be on a show on BET. That's the reason most people know who she is. She dated one of the most prominent African-American rappers in the business in the history of hip hop. So her whole culture came from black culture, even though she says she's not a black person herself. And the fact that she is now the person they're using to try to recruit young people of color and to say that this is the person who is the endorser of Donald Trump who you should trust, when she won't even claim the culture that brought her to the table.
No, you are saying you're not claiming her. She was matching with a black man. I'm sure she got kids of black. She embraced the culture she came from. You're the one that's divorcing her from black culture. Only you.
I'm dubious that this will work. I don't know anyone who takes their political cues from Amber Rose, but just in case you do,
But they take political cues from what's her name? What's that woman's name? Cardi B? But y'all cool with Cardi B? Cardi B is racially ambiguous. But y'all cool with Cardi B? Oh, it get worse, y'all. She finna finish. It's some more Democrats on here.
might want to duplicate doing your own research because she might not have done it thoroughly.
It strikes me when she says the left told me to hate Trump, but when you cut through the lies, you'll realize that life was better under him. That's a resonant argument for a lot of people. Now, of course, you have to discount the fact that there was a 100-year pandemic and everything that resulted from that. But if you clip that and put it on Instagram among, the people that follow her, that could pick up a lot of traction.
Because it's true. Is it a problem that it picks up traction when the woman is telling the truth?
Resonates with folks.
Well, sure. And, I would love to ask her, what lies? Like, it's one thing you can say when I go through the lies. What lies are those? And then please tell me, how do you counter those lies you're talking about with the actual data that's there? We can talk about the emotions because economics are emotional, and if people don't feel it, I get
In
it.
fairness, the left has vilified Donald Trump.
I'm sorry. Define vilified.
Do you need a dictionary? I don't know why it sounds like gay dudes can't think right. Do you need a dictionary? What do you mean vilify? We even know what vilification is.
And you can argue the merits, but in fairness, the left has vilified Donald Trump. Threat to democracy, that he's a...
Is that a vilification or
he's
an
a proto-fascist?
Is that a vilification?
Said he was Hitler.
And I don't mean to argue with you, Jeff, but I disagree with this notion that the left has vilified Donald Trump. The left has pointed out multiple things he has done as president, has said as president, as a candidate for the presidency again, that deserve to be pointed out, deserve to be criticized. That's not vilification. That's acknowledging what is there for everyone to see. Now, if someone...
Okay, let's see what vilify mean according to the dictionary. Speak or write about in a abusively disparaging manner. He has been vilified in the press is the first example. Abusively disparaging. They said the man was Hitler, which is one of the worst people to have ever lived. They said he's a fascist, threat to democracy. It's a cute term for saying he will destroy America. We can't let him get elected. He's like Hitler getting elected. He's a racist, which ain't true. He's a racist, all this other stuff. That's vilification, my man. It's vilification.
Called him, all sorts of names. In addition to that, the name calling, I would say, is vilification. But the substance of what people are
name calling is vilification. Then they vilified him. Bro just admitted that he's been vilified. The other black man said it. Won't you just accept it? They've been vilifying him. He gave you the definition. You just said the name calling was vilification. Then shut the front door.
Talking about, you can't call that vilification when you're hammering the guy on what he proposes for the country and to do to the country.
So I looked it up, and then I called a friend of mine and I said, do you know who this is? And they didn't know. Also a political person. But that's the point. They have put someone on the stage who reaches into this whole group of Americans who are not necessarily engaged at all in our politics or in our civics. These kinds of voices, I heard some grousing about this from some of the conservative. This is how you change the composition of the electorate.
Yeah, that was probably the most dangerous speak for the Democratic coalition. That is a young woman of color. She's describing the experience a lot of people have, feeling that maybe if you're around too many liberals, you might get criticized too much, or you might not be able to speak your mind. And she spoke to it really well. And she's way more famous than any of us up here. Yeah. I'm going to tell you that, way more famous. And so to the extent that these guys are trying to bust up our coalition, that was a bunker buster right there.
By the way, and it's one of the things we've been talking about, but there are speakers who speak to the room, and there are speakers who speak through the television screen. She speaks through the camera to the audience at home, not, I mean, she's effective in the room, but when you're yelling into the room, that is not communicating directly through the lens.
This person is super talented. Okay, like this person knows how to speak plainly and directly, knows how to use the camera, the cadence of it. They got something there.
Yeah, it really is hard. In those big arenas, it's hard not to want to fill up the room. You want to scream and make sure the grandma in the back can hear you. But you're not talking to the 30,000 people there. You're talking to the 30 million people at home. And she was the most effective.
I finally agree with something Van Jones said. Van Jones, can you just be a Republican already and stop being a weenie and trying to? I know why. You're a CNN contributor and they pay you to be the person that they need you to be. I guarantee you, Van Jones, in his personal life, he's a lot more conservative. I guarantee you, he's at home talking to his white wife. He actually had a white girl. I don't know if he have a wife now, but the last girl, I looked it up, she was white. So he bunny hopping too, like me. All right, so don't try to judge me. Anyway, I guarantee you he's conservative. He got caught on the hot mic not too long ago from Project Veritas or somebody in the elevator saying that the Russia collusion thing was a nothing burger. He said it was a nothing burger. But he's on TV acting like it's the worst thing that ever happened to mankind. But it's a nothing burger in his personal life. Every now and again, he come across with the sauce, right? He come across and say something reasonable. He actually admitted that Amber Rose was a huge deal. And then on top of that, you got people like The Rock, Cardi B, all coming out saying, I ain't vote for Joe Biden. So not only are people saying they're not voting for Joe Biden, you got Amber Rose at the RNC. Finally say something right. Let me know if I'm tripping, man. The media losing their mind over Amber Rose. They losing their mind over the RNC. They losing their mind. And Trump just sitting there soaking in that victory. Because, man, unless something crazy happened, Donald Trump will be the president. And he coming after all of y'all, and I am for it. I am going to cheer it on. And the thing is, you can't slow down. We need to put our foot on the gas. I tell this story all the time about my coach in high school. We played against Polytech, Dunbar High School against Polytech. You can look it up. And I don't know what year this was. My junior year, so it had been 04, 03, 04. They refused to send us film. And because they were like, y'all better than us. We don't need to send film. My coach said, if you don't send that film, you're going to have a problem. They said, F you. We're not sending you film. Coach Jones, Bob Jones, told us, we're going to run up the score on them. We're going to try to score 100. We scored like 85 points on them. And we just ran out of time. We would have hit 100. It just takes so long for you to run 100 yards at a time. So we were going to put 100 on them. That's what we need to do. We didn't say we just beat them and get off the gas. We were still running touchdowns in the last couple seconds of the game. Throwing Hail Marys and everything. So that's what we need to do in this election. Run it up. I don't care if you think we're going to win. How bad can we win? How much can we bludgeon them? That's the truth. I see y'all in the next one. Get you one of these shirts. We just got the brand new shirt right here. This is my favorite. I ain't going to even lie. I like the one I got on, but this one right here, this spoke to me more than anything. Fight, fight, fight. Got the blood on his cheek too. This is my favorite. Y'all probably mad I didn't launch this one first before this one. But this one's still a good patriotic one. This is my favorite. Anyway, get you a shirt. See you on the next one. I'm out.